struggling to keep my head held high. My head held high. And I've been struggling to keep this pain inside. This pain inside.
Yo, what's good, boys? How y'all living and how y'all feeling, bro? So I'm kind of hurt here, right? I got some stitches. I got 9 stitches, right? So if you ever need proof on, okay, does this guy really like go outside and be active and actually hoop and everything? You know, this is actual evidence. You know, this is actual evidence that I do that. You know, somebody tried to jump a pass. It's just so annoying, bro. I don't know what he was thinking, but somebody tried to jump a pass, and you know, there was no way he was possibly going to get that, and then he just clocked me in the head, right? So it's so annoying, bro. He got me so mad. But 9 stitches to your boy is what it is. But we keep moving and we keep grinding. You feel me? We're gonna be back out there next week, bro. I promise you. These they're gonna be getting cut on Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. Well, they'll be getting cut open on Thursday, bro. But anyways, guys, I wanted to talk about this, right? Because there are a few players in the league that hasn't panned out the way a lot of people have thought they would. And, you know, Zion Williamson is actually one of those guys. When we look at his career, and even when the Pelicans are 0-6 right now, right? Like this is a big sign. And this is a big deal, especially for a guy like Zion Williamson, where, you know, the whole entire league, like, you know, we've always wanted him to succeed. That defense been getting cooked left and right all year. Like, they don't really have nothing. They have nothing to show for. I think Zion Williamson is also a proponent of that on why the defense is so bad as well. But yeah, the defense has just been getting absolutely annihilated. And when I'm looking at a guy like Zion Williamson, and he's been in the league, let's count it out right now. Zion has been in the league for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is his 6th year. This is Zion's 6th year, right? And what has Zion had? What has Zion got to show for the 6 years he's been in the NBA? All right. His rookie year, guess what? He gets hurt. 24 games played. Second year, has a great second year, 27 points per game, 7 boards, 4 assists. But guess what? 61 games played. Gets hurt again. 2023, same exact thing. Gets hurt again. 2024, I think that year was the year that he made it in the play-in. And that year, he was cooking in the play-in. I remember he was giving it to AD. OD, pause that crazy. I'm not gonna lie, pause that crazy. And that was the year where he was cooking the Lakers that year. Guess what? He gets hurt in that playing game that he's cooking. Last year he gets hurt, and then this year, you know, he's averaging 22 a game on 48 from the field. So this is honestly, this is probably one of the worst starts he's had, because he's been a guy who's been historically averaging around 24 a game and around 57, 60% from the field. And he's not, you know, he's kind of lesser than what he is, right? And I'm just thinking, it's only 5 games, but these are questions that I have for a guy like Zion, that this is year 6 now, and we've had expectations of you being here. And I guess you can say because of injury, like, you have gotten nowhere near that. We've seen you on a star caliber level, and even a very marketable. You had a lot of great athleticism shown in the NBA throughout your time, right? But you're not here, and you have never gotten here. This is where you've been for like years now. But it's never been up here or even close to that. That upper echelon, that top 5 player that we've been waiting for. We've seen flashes with Victor Wembanyama already. You feel me? We haven't even seen that with Zion. You know? We've seen like little flashes, but not like a substantial period of time. And in my head, at least, I think the question needs to be asked where, bro, if this is just a consistent thing with Zion of he plays well, gets hurt, plays well, gets hurt, how are we looking at him? Is he a bust? Is Zion Williamson a bust? Should he be labeled as that? Because we believe him to be probably a top 5, top 10 player in the league. Has he ever been top 5 or top 10? Has he ever been that? Has he? He hasn't. And this is like year 6 now. Like not even scratching top 10 is kind of crazy for a guy like Zion Williamson. And the Pelicans, especially now, like, it's like, what are we doing? What's good, Sturdy? How you doing, brother? Good to see you. Now, I'm not sitting here calling Zion Williamson a bust. I'm really just asking these questions, right? And I'm asking these questions just to get more of an idea of what you guys think. I don't really have a definitive take on this because I can't understand where if you want to call Zion Williamson a bust, I can understand where you're coming from. This is a guy where he was a number 1 pick, very hyped up, great Duke player, and he has gotten nowhere near to where everyone thought he would be. But he's still a very good player, but he's nowhere near to where he thought he would be, and he's just not available. Like, people call Greg Oden a bust. People call other players that gotten hurt a bust. So even though Zion's playing a bit, the man's still getting hurt, and he can't even do nothing in the postseason. You feel me? Still a good player. Still a great player. All due respect. Still a great player. But I am curious to know where we're going to rank him in terms of like a draft pick and if he classifies as a bust or not. Because I think a lot of people call Kwame Brown a bust. But Kwame Brown wasn't as good as Zion Williamson when he played in. Kwame Brown played 11 years in the league. Like, he was like a starter for the league for a substantial amount of time. So is he really a bust? I don't know. When it comes to these questions, I don't really have a definitive answer. I'm just going to ask them, and I want to hear you guys' opinions on that, right? To get your perspective, guys. I think it's about understanding and even understanding from other people's perspective. And I think this is a very good question to have when it comes to Zion Williamson and who he is as a player. Now, can Zion Williamson turn? And that's another thing. Like, do y'all ever think that Zion will be a top 5 player? Do you think that he can be a top 5 player in the league? We got Victor Wembanyama playing crazy, Luka Doncic playing crazy, and they're going to be in there for a while. Giannis Antetokounmpo is still kicking. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is still hooping. OD. Dog. What are we doing? This is like, is he really going to scratch that? Is he going to scratch that ceiling? He's not even better than Cade Cunningham. If I'm going to be honest, he's not. Not better than Jason Tatum. Since open court is hilarious. Don't get enough smoke with the. Oh, actually, this is a good point. I said this is open court. In my opinion, GMs don't get enough smoke with the bust label. Yeah, I do think that's actually a good point to have because, you know, all this criticism we have for players not living up to the expectations, it seems as if no one puts the GMs in the fire for believing in those expectations that were wrong. You feel me? Like I say all the time with the Giants. Giants are actually a perfect example of this. People want to talk about the Giants and why they don't succeed in everything. They want to get on Daniel Jones. They want to get on the coach. They want to get on all these other guys. And I tell them all the time, I'm like, dog, like, I can't blame Jackson Dart. I can't really blame Daniel Jones. I can't really blame even the coaches that they have like that. When I look at what they've been doing from a general manager, from the front office perspective, they've just been striking out on all of their picks. Well, when it comes to like linemen, they'll hit it like a Saquon. They'll hit with a what's it called? A Malik Neighbors. They'll hit with a Jackson Dart. They'll hit with a Cam Scatterville. But they have nothing else to combine that with, a Dexter Lawrence. So out of all the picks that they have, majority of them don't even pan out. It's just a few really diamonds in the rough. I don't look at the players for being bad, or I don't blame the players for the situation. I'm looking at or even the coach. I'm looking at the front office. You are not sitting here and putting your team in the best position possible. And when you got NBA GMs, you got NBA front office drafting players that actually aren't who they are, aren't who they're going to be, and they're just believing in the hype, and they get no criticism for it. I agree with that 100%, A-Sturdy. They need to get thrown in fire far more than that. This is why when people want to talk about like firing Pat Riley and everything, heck no. Why are we going to fire Pat Riley? Why? Because he couldn't get Dame when Dame sabotaged his own thing, when Dame sabotaged his destination to go to Miami because he was being stubborn, because he wanted to be petty. No, that's not Pat Riley's fault. That's Dame messed that up. He was about to go to Miami, but then Portland was like, no, we're not going to send you where you want to go because you want to treat us like this. No, we're going to send you wherever we want, which was Milwaukee. I'm not blaming Pat Riley for that. And I don't want to get rid of Pat Riley because Pat Riley has a great way of finding talent. He is a basketball mind, and he knows how to find talent from anywhere. We had Max Strus. Duncan Robinson gave us some good years. Bam Adebayo really not anyone really expected Bam to be like a top 15 player in the league or a top 20 player in the league. Got Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero. We got Jaime Jaquez that's over here balling, right? So like, why are we trying to fire Pat Riley? Why are we getting him? Because he couldn't get Dame? He's finding all of this other talent for Miami Heat, and he's helping all of this talent progress. Yeah, Kendrick Nunn that was balling for us. Like, what are we talking about? Then Khalil Ware's been nice for us, right? Why are we firing a guy that's able to find talent like that? No. What are we doing? I'm sorry, I kind of veered off over here. But I kind of want to stay here for a second because I'm tired of people trying to say they need to fire Pat Riley just because he couldn't get Damian Lillard, dog. I'm not hearing that stuff, bro. And even the packages, like they get mad about not getting Kyrie and all these other guys and stuff. And I'm just sitting here like, bro, when you look at the packages Miami had at the time, like it was very hard for them to make it work to get those pieces because everyone else was giving them far better options and far better draft picks and even better players that they were willing to give up than us. Why are we mad at Pat? Doesn't make sense to me. You want to talk about Pat Riley being cooked? No, I don't believe in that. And I kind of veered off into this. But, yeah, GMs need to be held – front office and GMs need to be held more to the fire when it comes to these draft picks not working. But Pat Riley has been doing this thing. Got to give respect where the respect is due, right? I also want to talk about another guy that hasn't really panned out like that. And a guy who's had a lot of expectations. That's John Morant. So this may be hot. I'm not going to lie. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's so sad what happened with John Morant. Let me look how many years he's been in the league now. My bad. Give me 1 second. Ja's been what? Ja's in the same boat as Zion. He was picked number 2. So it's funny how this works. Man, I remember, man, with Ja. I remember that people were like so hype about him, and they were really putting him like, which I think at the time he's playing like top 10 levels and everything, but they wanted him to be like that top 5 guy. One of the best players in the league. He has the if factor. He has this, he has that, and he was like all over the place, right? And dog, like to see the fall from grace that has happened to Ja in his career is actually sad. It saddens me. I'm not going to hold you. Ever since that time where he got in trouble with the guns and even had to go through suspension, you've seen a clear, like there's been a decline in his play. Not only a decline in his play, like in his marketability too. So you got a decline in your play and your marketability. It's like it's going to be hard for it to work out for you. He was on that trajectory of like, he was getting 27 a game, 26 a game, playmaking for his guys at a very, very high extreme level. And Memphis was competing. Now, Memphis is what right now? Memphis is what? 3-4, dog. Dang, Memphis is 3-4. That's bad. Hold up. I want to see what they were last year. Memphis was 3-4 last, and then they were 48-34. So they had a pretty decent amount of team, right? 48 wins. But Ja and his play just hasn't been what it was a few years ago. It just hasn't been. So when I go look at a guy like Ja Morant, another player that everyone really wanted to take over the league and take over the reins, it's like, dog, like, is he really that like, is he really that number one guy? And it's really showing that maybe not, because he had some issues with the coach last year, right? Ja has some issues with coach last year, which got him fired because he wanted to run more plays and everything. He didn't want to push that pace offense because he loved operating the pick and roll. But then a lot of other teams are copying it, and then Ja's still struggling, even though he's getting what he's wanted. Ja struggled last year, and he's even struggling this year. He's not putting that 27, 26 a game that he used to be doing. He's giving you more like 20 to 22. That's an issue. Those are some flaws. And the jump shot seems like he's getting worse over time. I think he's relying more and more on his athleticism as the years go on. And it's kind of weird because as you get older as a player, that's when you mature as a player, and that's when you start adding all these other things to your game, not keep relying on the same things you've been doing since high school. You feel me? So with Ja, the progression doesn't seem like it's progressing, honestly. And it's sad because I would love to see a guy like Ja like succeed. I would love to see a guy like Ja compete for titles. I think that little rivalry he had with the Warriors, right? That joint was fire. I loved it. I think if Ja's playing well at a high level and even getting into some rivalries, dog, I think it's great. I think it's great for the league and great for the marketability of the league. But he's not there. So this is another guy in Ja Morant. He's not a bust. I'll never say he's a bust. But, man, it's sad to see how he's not going to live up to his expectation. I don't see it. I don't think he's going to live up to his expectation. I don't think he's going to live up to what people thought he was going to be. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong about all of this. I'm not saying this like I'm right. I'm not Jesus, right? I can't tell the future. I'm not sitting here like 100% right in everything that I say. I'm not. I'll never claim that I am. But Ja, man, dog, he can sit here. It's sad to see where he's fallen. It really is. And, I just wish the best for him. I just wish the best for him, bro. That's really all I got to say about him, man. And now we got Ant-Man, bro. Ant-Man got hurt, bro. Julius Randle been cooking. Julius Randle has been cooking, though. Like, bro, y'all been looking at Julius Randle. He been winning them some games, dog. Julius Randle been winning these boys some games, bro. They put some respect on Julius Randle's name. He's shooting 46 from 3, dog. Julius Randle shooting 46 from 3. Can you believe that? That's insane. They just destroyed Charlotte, dog. And he's doing this without Ant. But, man, Ant being hurt, bro, that hurts me, man. I always want to see him succeed and everything, bro. Like, Ant, like I said this before, I'm going to say it again. As long as the league has Ant-Man playing well, Luka playing well, and Victor playing well, we in good hands, dog. I promise you. As long as those 3 guys are playing well, fam, we in good hands, dog. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. And I'm always going to be a supporter of them and an advocate for them. I don't really have that much else to talk about. Giannis Antetokounmpo, I mean, I guess we could get more into him, but he's really making the case as the best player in the world. And I get people don't really want to take that title away from Jokic, but, I mean, when he's playing this great offensively, and the defense that he provides for his crew is just at a completely different level than a Jokic, it's kind of hard not to say he's the best player in the world. Because Jokic, even though Jokic is one of the best offensive players that we've probably ever seen in our life, when you have a guy in Giannis Antetokounmpo that is such a freak that he can give you 30 points on 65% from the field and just bullying his way through everyone, where it causes real bad matchups issues. He getting triple teamed, dog. He's getting triple teamed. I seen this man get triple teamed, move everyone still out the way, and be able to finish on the rim. That's insane, dog. You can't teach that. So even though maybe his offensive game isn't as flashy or as you can say fluid as like a Luka or Jokic, bro, it gets the job done, dog. He's still a good passer, especially when he has shooters on the floor. You know, he's still able to make them reads pretty solidly. You feel me? Good enough to be able to take advantage, to use his athleticism to create that. He can take advantage of the defense because of that. Dog, like, solid passer, great rebounder, one of the best rebounders in the game, dominant force, 30-point-per-game score, over 65% from the field, and he's giving you great defense at a far greater level than freaking Jokic. Like, it's kind of hard to be like, yeah, you know, he's not better than Jokic. He could be better than Luka too. I'm not gonna lie. Like, this peak Giannis is even better than a guy like Magic Johnson. I'm sorry. Like, give me this Giannis over Magic Johnson without a doubt in my mind. Magic ain't doing this. Magic ain't giving you 30, giving you double-digit rebounds with great defense. He's not doing that. He's just not. He's not doing that. He's coming nowhere near that. Give me Giannis over him. He's just, like, I'm sorry. I hate to say it, but the truth has got to come out. That broke behind jump shot. I'm sorry. That jump shot ain't working for me with Matt. And Giannis don't even have a jump shot like that either. But guess what Giannis has? Giannis got a crazy behind wingspan, crazy behind strength, and it don't matter if there are 3 or 4 people on him. He's moving everyone out the way and finishing at a very high clip. Give me that guy over a guy like Magic Johnson any day of the week, because the defense is just at a completely different level, and it's not even close. And ranking Giannis all time, like, we got to talk about Giannis in these all-time talks, like all-time peak talks. There's not a lot of people better than him. In these all-time peak talks, like, he's definitely in that top 10, top 15 peaks of all time. He's in that KG tier, KD tier, you know, Jokic tier. Dog, they're hooping. They're hooping crazy. So put some respect on Giannis' game, bro. Like, y'all don't respect him enough. I'm sorry. People don't respect Giannis enough, and I'm done disrespecting him. I'm dag, bro. I'm turning a whole new corner, bro. The takes I had 3 years ago are not the takes I have anymore, bro. It's a shame. It's a shame. Look how life changes you. Life and God. Y'all be easy, bro. I don't really have much else to say tonight. That's really it. I think I'm gonna have a special guest on Saturday. Yeah, Saturday, I think I'm gonna have somebody come through. So definitely stay tuned for that. But other than that, man, like the video, subscribe, and I'll see y'all again, bro. Y'all be easy. Peace.
I've been struggling to keep my head held high. My head held high. And I've been struggling to keep this pain inside. This pain inside.